evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, VA3 CJZ, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group for Wednesday, March 12th, 2025. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in Hamilton, Ontario. This net is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending around 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430 megahertz. And since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So I also stream the net on YouTube. So people who tune in will be able to hear stations that they cannot hear on their radio, hear how their audio sounds on the air, and see their signal strength as well as see my station layout. Just type my call, VA3CJZ, into the YouTube search box, and you can look for us live tonight or under the title AREG Week 1643. Again, AREG Week 1643. And finally, I ask that you please leave at least a 1 second delay to allow others to break in. Are there any time sensitive mobile or priority traffic stations? Please come now. All right, then. Let's open it to everyone. Please come now. Hmm. Ah. Oh my! I bet you. Did anyone hear my intro?
This is the first we're hearing of you.
I had the split button on. I do apologize. So let's start from the beginning. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, VA3 CJZ, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG, for Wednesday, March 12th, 2025. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in Hamilton, Ontario. This net meets every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock until around 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430. And since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So I also stream the net on YouTube. So people who tune in can hear how their audio sounds, see their signal strength, as well as see my station layout. So just type my call into the YouTube search box, again, VA3CJZ, and you can look for us under the live button, or tonight we have the title AREG Week 1643. And finally, I ask that you please leave at least a 1 second delay between transmissions to allow others to break in. And with that, are there any time sensitive mobile or priority traffic stations? Please come now.
VA3 WPG time sensitive.
All right, so we've got VA3 WPG. Chris, come on in.
Yeah, well, pulled the tire off my bike this morning. It's new tire season. Pulled the tire off my bike, busted down Sturgis Cycle down on Main and King Dunder and whatever the hell it is. And yeah, new rubber. Just throwing the tire on the back now and going to be listening into the net because I won't be going nowhere while that's on. Got to break out the chain breaker tool and got a new chain, so I'm going to be working on getting the chain down to size while I listen to the net in the background. Won't be participating in any of the festivities tonight because my hands will be covered in grease.
Oh, no.
Just washed them now so I could check into the net. Thank God I have some Fast Orange hand cleaner. Anyway, back to the bike here. Just checking in before I get dirty again.
Okay, Chris, I know all about having hands full of grease and everywhere else too. And mechanical stuff. Okay, very good, Chris. Well, thanks for checking in and good luck. Anything else to add before I let you go?
Just enjoying saving $150 an hour because I can do it myself. No, that's about it. VA3WPG, back to net, listening in the background.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, Chris, thanks a bunch. Uh, so before I continue and take in regular check-ins, I'd like to dedicate tonight's net to Rick Pollington Sr., or as we know him, Downtown Rick. I spoke to Rick Jr., Ricky, today, and his dad is not well. And he would appreciate whoever knows him that if they want to stop by and say hi to Rick, now's the time. And I believe he might be listening to the net tonight. I did tell Ricky on how to access the YouTube stream. And so, Rick, if you're listening, this one's for you, sir. Take care, my friend. Love you. And so, with that, let's start taking check ins.
Victor Alpha 3 Alpha X-ray Juliet.
Oh, my goodness. Look at who's number one with a bullet. VA3 AXJ. Rick, how you doing?
Like crap, Chuck, but we're hanging in there.
Yes, sir. Good to hear you, Rick. I'm actually quite shocked to have heard your voice. So I did tell Ricky to pull us up on YouTube there, and I did say it again in the spiel. And so it should be quite easy to find, and you can listen along if you want to take a break and just listen later or whatever. It's there. All my nets are on YouTube. So thanks so much for getting the energy up to drop by and say hi to us.
Yeah, it's been, what, a month or so? Yeah, it's pretty sick. Other than that, yeah, I will be, actually, I was going to check in tonight. Say hi to all, everybody. And, so, I guess I made it. Anyhow, okay, I'll go back to you and I'll be listening for a little bit, not long though.
Okay, Rick, very good, sir. And what was I going to say? Geez, I'm drawing a blank now. I'm so excited that you joined us there. Yeah, it has been about a month. And so I was quite shocked when I heard you in there. So it's a great thing to hear your voice, my friend. I'm going to try and slip down on the weekend maybe to come visit you. And I have to wait and see what my wife's schedule is because, that's our only vehicle. And if I can't walk there, I have to wait for our car. So if you're not too busy, maybe I can drop by and say hi.
Yeah, but you have to get the phone number from my kid. Call you? Christine? Yeah. You got Christine's number, right?
Actually, I thought it was Ricky's number, but he gave me a number. Ricky's the one who gave me the number. So I guess it is because Christine did answer the phone when I called.
Yeah, okay, just get a hold of Christine and we'll make arrangements.
All right, Rick, sounds good. And so this net's for you, my friend. You are definitely in my thoughts and prayers. And like I said, I love you, brother. Take care. Anything else to add, Rick?
No, I'm just going to be sitting here listening for a bit. And I'll break in when I'm going to shut down.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so let's keep going and see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly AREG net.
A3 Bravo Kilowatt. VA3 IMW.
All right, I got two in there. I got Bravo Kilowatt and IMW. Let's start with I guess that's on the north side of the tracks. North End Richard. Or no, that's the other Richard. Anyways, let's bring in Rick, VE3BK.
Hey, I'm actually on the south side of the tracks. Anyway, yeah, hello to Richard. I hope you're on the mend soon. And anyway, so from one Richard to another. And my daughter's named Christine. I don't know which Christine at your place, but
Crazy.
I got a daughter named Christine. Anyway, yeah, so nothing to add. I was talking to Ridge, and Ridge is going to be in Indonesia for 2 months. So, yeah, he's going to be on tomorrow night. He'll be on tomorrow night, but that'll be the last time he's going to Indonesia, and he's not taking his computer. The one time he went to Indonesia, his computer went missing, and he never got it back. So, anyways, he's not taking anything but Curia and stuff, basically. Anyway, that's it. Hello, everybody on frequency, and good to hear Richard in there, and I am W, and whoever else is there. So I'll be on the side listening. Chuck, you do a good job. VA3 CWM, VA3 CJZ, I should say. V3 PK.
Okay, very good, Rick. Well, thanks for those kind words and for stopping by and saying hi. I did manage to stop in and say hi to Marty on Monday, right at the end of the net there, right at the buzzer, and so we did manage to drop in quickly and say hi there. So, yeah, okay. Well, thanks, Rick. If you have got anything else, of course, you know you can break in anytime. And so let's. Do you have anything else before I continue on to Mac?
Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that we got that remote working fine on
All
this
right.
computer. So tomorrow I'll be on the air at VA3CWM between 3 and 4 o'clock on the remote. So anyway, anybody wants to check in with me, fine. And I'm using the headset that I use on my radio, and I've been told by V3WIG in Petrolia that I sound exactly the same. So that's pretty good. Anyway, back to you, back to net there, V3BK.
All right, Rick. Well, that's awesome. So that's tomorrow at 3 o'clock on 7.100. Is that it?
Yep, Roger.
Okay, very good then. 7.100 tomorrow at 3 p.m. Part of the Warplane Heritage. That's why you called me CWM there a few minutes ago. That's their call. All right, very good, Rick. Thanks again. Let's move over to Mac now and say hello, VA3IMW.
Good evening, Chuck and all on net. Actually, if you recall correctly, Monday night you made it after the buzzer.
Yes, I know.
I let Marty know that you were coming in to say hello, so he kept his ears open for a few more moments. And anyways, the Monday night Lake Ontario Radio Club net is really getting a following, and it's amazing. You fill the entire hour. Somehow you fill the entire hour, even if we only have 7 check-ins. But you're one of those people that people just love to talk to. So that's very positive. And just a quick note to anybody else who is interested in fielding some of these nets on the ZOE repeater. Feel free to jump up and down and wave your hand in the air if you want to give it a try for yourself. It's a lot of fun. That controller is not really a hard thing to do. It's just it requires a little bit of I don't know. Let's just call it fake it until you make it. Anyways, you're really pulling at the heartstrings tonight. Good to hear Richard in there on the radio. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. And, we're all selfish. We'd like to have you around forever. So just do a simple favor to me. Just keep breathing as long as you can. and we're going to love you right back there. Anyways, what else is going on? Enjoying the down week for March break. The trips back and forth to work have been really, really enjoyable. Very minimal traffic as far as the trip up and down the highway. So, like I say, we're enjoying that. And other than that, we're going to be here for the duration there, Chuck. Still kind of a little dreary in the afternoon. I guess I'm not totally over the time change. I was saying to my boss yesterday that I feel more jet lagged in the afternoon than when I got back from the trip from India. He says, yeah, he says, this is just kicking the crap out of us this year. So everybody after lunch is feeling the pinch and the shift in the sleep patterns as it's all settled in. So with that, you know what? When 10 o'clock rolls around and I give you my 73s, you can be guaranteed I'm headed for that warm, comfortable, cozy place. Anyways, I've talked enough, and I'm probably going to time out your ears, not the repeater, but I'll turn it back to you. And like I said, I'm here for the duration.
Okay, no sweat there, Mac. That just gave me a little bit of time to check out everyone else that was chatting on the YouTube stream. So nice to see that people are stopping by and chatting. So I'd like to say hello to before I continue with you there, Mac. We've got my cousin Guy from Ottawa. Hello, Guy. Hope everything's doing good with you, Coach. Steel City Coach. Hey, Coach. We got VE3KDT, Wayne B from Mississauga, VA3FMB, and Wade, VA3NCF. Remember to like and subscribe, he says. And Jason is joining us, VE3 Zulu Juliet Charlie. Hello, Jason. All right, and so with that, Mac, yeah, I like to chat a little bit with people who check in. I mean, it's pretty boring if all you're going to do is just check in, say, hey, how's it going? Yeah, okay. All right, bye. Next. So we like to know what's going on, what you're up to, and uh, whatever subject people want to breach, of course, except of course politics and religion. But yeah, it keeps people. I know it keeps them talking. I know we spent the whole hour just about there on the net, and there was only maybe 8 check-ins, so it was a lot of fun, just like tonight is. And so, don't forget, tomorrow night is the full lunar eclipse. So you will see the moon 1 minute, and then next it'll be gone. Over to you, Mac.
Yes. And we've seen lots of stuff on the web about the warm blood moon or the blood red moon. All of the indications of approaching and the days following the eclipse. And I guess it's all down to a question of how clear the skies are going to be, right? And you get all these events, you want to look up in the sky and see something really astonishing, and then we have overcast days. But who knows? I guess we take what Mother Nature brings to us, and we'll enjoy it one way or another.
Absolutely, Mac. Well, thanks for stopping in, and by all means, maybe in a bit there, when I do announcements, you can remind everyone of what's happening here locally coming up. I do believe in 10 days. Why don't you do that now while I got you?
Oh, and while I'm still somewhat aware, very good. Yeah, March 22nd, we're looking forward to seeing everybody possible up at Salt Fleet Park for our group activation. It's not exactly on the spring solstice, but March 22nd was the first. I guess it's going to be the first full day of spring. So looking forward to that. I'll be at the park somewhere around 11 o'clock, so we can get set up. Hoping that we can start RF activities, And with a group activation, everybody wants a cup of coffee and maybe some snacks and stuff like that. So we'll see what we can do. Anyways, we're strategically selecting Salt Fleet Park because it's the most RF friendly station that I know here in Hamilton. The only time that I visited that park was an N1CC event, and when I set up my antenna for 80 meters, I thought, oh, wait a minute, something's wrong, something's broken because I don't hear any noise. And sure as, anyways, it was just the fact that I've never been in a place that's been so darn quiet that even 80 meters, you can hear everything. You can hear a pin drop. If Santa Claus is bumped up against his box, you could have heard him all the way down here. Anyways, we'll look forward to that. Certainly don't want to go back to a noisy place like Stony Creek Battlefield Park where RF was interrupted by greater than an S9 noise floor. That would have made a group activation really a miserable time. However, it did pull the team together, and we rallied after all and got an alternate antenna set up where we dropped our noise level 2 or 3 S units. Made enough. I think we made 27 contacts and then called it quits. Anyways, there you go. I've prattled on enough again. Let's send it back to you, and we'll see who else is out there.
All right, Mac. Very good then. Thank you for that announcement. And that's coming up soon. I think after next week's net. We're almost right there. So very good then. So with that, let's see who else would like to stop in and say hi here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor, Cal and Stony Creek.
And VA3BT.
Victor.
Okay, sounds like there's a couple of doubles there. I did hear Cal, VA3CDV, and Albert, VA3 Bravo Tango. Are there any others? Please come now. Did anybody else make out that one call there, VE3?
K3NCA.
All right, well, let's go with that for now. I have Wade in there checking in last, but don't fret. We'll do another call out in a couple of minutes. Let's say hello to Cal, VA3 Charlie Delta Victor.
Hi, Chuck, and thanks for taking my call in. It's Wednesday night, but there's no hockey tonight because March breaks, so I'm not in the car driving, so my signal should be better than normal. I'm just at home with my base units. So thanks for doing the net, Chuck. I always look forward to hearing the net, and sometimes on my way home from hockey, when you're still on, I do listen with interest to your little tidbits and lists of things that you read up. I find the trivia very interesting. Back to you.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, first of all, your signal is almost full strength over here at the Center Mall in Hamilton. So very good signal, and of course your audio is great as well. And yeah, so you still play hockey, so you can't be that old.
Well, I'm 60. Well, I'll soon be 64, and I certainly feel not a day over 65. So the problem is I played hockey a lot when I was a kid, and so my mind remembers what I want to do and how to play, but my body doesn't quite cooperate. But I guess that's part of aging. But at the same time, it's good to get some exercise in when you can, and it's good for the heart. So happy to do it.
Oh, absolutely. That's fantastic. Way to go. Congratulations. I'm sure I would need elbow pads and knee pads just like when you're sending your kids out with skates or rollerblading or whatever. But that'd be me now. I would definitely need that. So good for you, Cal. Well, thanks for checking in. I do appreciate it, sir. Do you have anything else for us?
No, the only other thing I'd say, Chuck, is I'm a great goal scorer, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we don't have goaltenders, so that helps a lot. Hi. Back to you. I'll just listen in. Thanks, Chuck.
Okay, that's the best kind of goalie, the see-through kind. Oh man, I reached an age. I think it was the late '70s. I had to go out on my own, and I didn't have a lot of time to keep up with hockey. And then the next thing you know, there's like going from 6 teams to like 30, or I think at the time when I checked back, there's like 28 of them. And I'm like, man, oh man, that's way too many teams. And so I kind of lost interest, and I'll only watch during the playoffs now. So, but I haven't completely lost interest in the hockey. It's a good sport. Like many other sports, um, they've gone the route of safety, I should say. Some little things they could probably do without. Kind of like in football, you can't tackle the quarterback nowadays, it seems, or you get a penalty. But anyways, I digress. Thanks a lot, Cal. Do appreciate it. Okay, who's next now? That would be Bravo Tango, Albert.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on frequency. Well, we're at hump day, so halfway there. Not much here to report, just the general check-in. We'll be listening along. Other than that, looks like the weather's gonna hopefully get warmer, and then we got looks like rain on the weekend, but that is what it is. We are in March, so the spring and the rain and all that good stuff. Anyways, we'll hand it back over to you there, Chuck. VA3VT.
All right, yeah. Apparently, last I checked, it was supposed to hit 16, but again with rain, so it is. That's the way it is in the springtime. There's lots of water. Okay, Albert, do appreciate the check in, my friend. And I see now, looking at the YouTube stream, RPP's roommate, Christine, or no, Elizabeth, is trying to get in on the chat. You are in, ma'am. Welcome. And welcome to the room. Feel free to chat at will. All right, so let's see who else is out there would like to stop in and say hi. This is VA3 CJZ.
VA3 NCA.
Victor Alpha.
EP.
Okay, Ricky, I got you in there. Let me take Wade first. VA3 NCA. Wade, come on in.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. Good evening, Chuck, and good evening, everybody on net tonight. Another Wednesday here. It was a work from work day, so got home a short time ago. But good news is the bike is ready from the shop. So it's ready too late in the day for me to go get it, but maybe I'll find time tomorrow. Good timing, I think, because if the weather keeps up like it is, I think Friday afternoon might be a ride day. So a guy I know used to work with him until he moved on. He is moving to Australia, and so before he heads out, we're going to get a ride in, and it might be looking like Friday. The only variable was whether my bike got back or not. So that's all done. Tune up and clean up and brake bleed and new pads and new shifter cable and a bunch of things like that. But we're back in shape, and I got to go get it just in time for the Paris Stancaster. I think I'm going to do that this year. I'm not going to do the big one, though. I'm going to do the middle one. It's the first time through it, so
The middle one is 70K from Cambridge to Ancaster. So we'll give that a shot. That's at the end of April. And then, of course, I have my August thing that I do. But anyways, other than that, I didn't do any radio because I was at work all day, and there's no radios up there. But anyways, I'll fix that maybe on the weekend if the weather continues to get the way it is. I've got a new antenna here that I want to try out. It's a piece of scrap RG58 coax that I rescued out of the e-waste. Not in great shape, so I wasn't really going to risk it on as a signal as a feed line, but found a design where you can roll back the shield on it as the counterpoint. So I'm going to give that a try, but I got to get out to somewhere to hang it. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, nothing else to add. So looking forward to our event in a couple weeks from now, and getting the nice weather coming up. Back to you there, Chuck, the A3NC.
Yeah, okay, very good then. Roll back the sheath. Interesting. I was curious though too when you were talking about cycling coming up. Knowing that we do have wet weather, do you have fenders or mud flaps on your bike to keep your back, and well, your front too? I guess your front wheel can splash up some water. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, I overheard someone. I think it was VE3DDL on a net. I just briefly caught him saying that Gary, VE3TTO, was looking for volunteers for an upcoming race. I don't know if that's a foot race or a bicycle race. Do you know anything about that?
Not sure, but I do know that they're pretty well set up on the Paris Dancaster. I wouldn't be surprised if that was who they were looking to support. I've never actually rode in it. I have supported it though. I was for 2 years in a row when the kids were more involved with cycling. I was on the finish line bike wash station because the Paris Dancaster is well known for since it's so easy and so early in the season. It is a mess and it's muddy and mucky, and so by the time you're done, you are probably frozen depending on the weather, likely very dirty. So I was on the worked the bike station, the bike corral, a couple of years, but never rode it myself. So this will be the first time riding it. No, I don't have any fenders on the bike. It's a road bike with you wear everything that comes up off the road. So it's not really a commuter bike, but when the weather's dry, I will use it that way. Mostly, once I come back, the kit has to be washed. So, and I expect the same after the Paris Dancaster, that's for sure. So there are sections that are through farmers' fields. So depending on how firm the ground is, it can be a real mess. I don't really have the bike for it. It does have a lot of features of what a gravel bike would have, but it's a road bike. So the only thing I'm missing that I absolutely have to do before the end of April is get new tires. The road tires just aren't going to do it. So I'm going to have to put wider treaded tires for that event. So I'm going to have to source some of them, switch them over, and use them. But other than that, it's got disc brakes and it's got a fairly long wheelbase, and wide forks, so it can actually take a wider tire. So I think I'll be all right, but I won't be shy to walk the bike through certain segments if it's just not gonna be safe for this 54-year-old. So we'll give it a shot though. So I don't know if that's what Gary is talking about. That would be interesting. I'd keep an eye open for him if he's doing that. But anyways, I haven't heard yet. Back to you.
Okay, good enough then. Very good. Okay, Wade, well, thanks for checking in, and I'm sure you'll be playing along a little bit later. I think we might have some good, interesting trivia for tonight, and of course, on this day afterwards. And so with that, let's bring in Ricky, VE3RPP. Rick, are you there?
You.
All right, I got a copy on you. Come on in.
know there's a GoFundMe page set up like that?
Oh, yes, that's right. Ricky has a GoFundMe page set up. Um, I don't have all the information at hand exactly to give you, but if Rick, you have some info there, please pass it along how people can find the GoFundMe for your dad.
I'm sending it to you right now, bud.
All right, so Rick is going to send me the info, and then I can probably post it on the Facebook AREG page. And I'll probably put it up on the Discord as well. So as soon as I get it, I'll forward that to everyone. Anything else there, Rick?
Hey, Chuck.
All right. I know you said earlier you didn't have a radio, but I know who does. Okay. Very good then. Thanks for checking in, buddy. And anytime you want to break in, by all means, please do. If not, you can also type into the chat on the YouTube stream. As mentioned earlier, I do stream the net on YouTube, and just put in my call and look up AREG week 1643. And so with that, Rick, anything else before I move on?
Everything, you know.
All right, Rick, hang in there, buddy. And our thoughts, my thoughts and prayers are definitely with you and your dad and the family. So take care of one another. Love is the most important thing. And so with that, let's do another call out and see who else would like to check into our weekly net. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Okay, I heard another double there, but I did pick up VA3MHV. Who's the other party? Copy the NFG. Anyone else? All right, so let's go with VA3NFG. Steve, on the portable or mobile. Come on in, Steve.
Gary, VE3TTO, was in my category. So there you go.
All right. Well, thanks for checking in, Steve. I'd like to ask VA3IMW to do a relay for me because I didn't pick everything up.
Yep, QSL. I got the part where Steve was in the bicycle race, and Gary VE3TTO was at the finishing line and declared him first place in his class. But I don't think that Steve is standing on his tippy toes by the window right now. VA3 NFG, whereabouts are you?
Yeah, I moved to a different spot. I'm at the window near the north side of the house. Yeah, I rode that race with a few of my friends and everybody else was doing that race. And yeah, I came in first place in my category. And Gary, VE3TTO, was announced to me as I came across the finish line. So, here you go.
Oh, very good, very good. And how many years ago was that? You were only like 17 years old?
That was probably about 25 years ago. And I was maybe not even 25. I think I was 32 or 31 or 33 years old. I know it was a long time ago, but I've still got the pictures to show it. And I won a helmet. So the category was a handicapped category, but it wasn't an official category that they were keeping track of. Yeah, he was there, Gary, and he was on the bullhorn there and announced me as I came through the finish line. And he will remember that. If you're ever talking to him sometime, he'll probably remember that.
Yeah, you know, that's funny because I don't even think of you as handicapped. I think of you as exceptional. Yeah, you managed to do some things that even everybody that has four limbs don't do for themselves. So, very good there, Steve. And you're definitely a whole lot better up standing by the window, standing on your tippy toes. I'm pretty sure Charles probably caught most of that. Anyways, Chuck, tell me what you didn't get, and I can fill you in on the rest.
Oh yeah, not a problem, Mac. And thank you for the relay. But I did pick up that last transmission there as Steve did go over to the window, and you know, when Steve was saying that when he got to the finish line and Gary was there, I thought he was going to say Gary was there to take his bike and wash it for him. But yeah, very good. Congratulations, Steve. That's awesome. Um, yeah, things like that, you remember forever. And I agree with that remark as well. Over to you there, Steve.
Yeah, roger that. Thanks for the exceptional description there, Mac. What I was going to say before that even is, did he give you a date for that race? I think it's in April, is it not?
Well, Wade did mention that it was near the end of April, but people like to get ready. Gary usually does the comms for those things, the communications. So, like I said, I just happened to turn onto this frequency that had a net going, and VE3DDL was talking to someone else about Gary that was looking for volunteers. So that's the only thing I caught about it.
Yeah, roger that. Okay, very good. I don't know if Mark, VA3, Mike Hotel Victor, was before me or after me. I think he's having a little bit of difficulty installing NetLogger on his machine. I don't know if it's a security issue or what, but if anybody has any tips for downloading and opening the app, NetLogger, I'm sure he would like to hear of a solution. But anyway, okay, thanks for picking me up there, Chuck, and we'll let you get back to it. We'll be listening in for the duration there. This is Victor Alpha 3, November, Foxtrot Golf.
Comment.
Woohoo! Nice strong signal there, Steve. Go ahead, comment.
Yep, it's back again, VA3MW. So if Mark needs some instructions on NetLogger, there's another guy from the Burlington Amateur Radio Club that made a PDF available to me. So if Mark wants to shoot me an email via va3imw@gmail.com. Most of us are doing the same type of thing with Gmail accounts, and I can send that over to him. I'll just forward the same information that my contact guy on. He's one of the CW students on Bark that we meet with every Thursday night. So I'll share that NetLogger information with Mark as well. Anyways, throw it back to you, Chuck, and perhaps when we hear Mark in here later on tonight, we can chirp at him a little bit. Not chirp the software, but anyways, that's me prattling on again. Very, very, very good. Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay, no problem there, Mac. Thank you for the comment. And Wade is saying the Paris to Ancaster race is on Sunday, April 27th this year. So there you go, Steve. That's right near the end of April. And next in line is, in fact, Mark. If that's the same Mark, VA3 MHV. Come on in.
Yes, good evening, Chuck, and everyone else on net. Thank you for that, all you guys. I just heard all that feedback that Steve mentioned and then Mac responded to. I will send him the email and get that link. I may even know the Burlington Bark gentleman he speaks of. But yeah, I was trying to download today and just I got it downloaded, but it just does not want to open. I do the roundy round in the Windows install wizard windows. So beyond that, enjoying some of the spring-like weather, Chuck. We're getting a taste of. Looking forward to another day on Friday, hopefully better or as good. And a taste of things to come for all of us. Better weather to come soon, I hope. Back to you, Chuck.
Absolutely there, Mark. And the wildlife is starting to show itself. The birds have come back, and of course the squirrels are out, and all the other critters popping up there. So, yep, definitely springtime. And so, thanks for your check-in, and hopefully that helps you with the issue you have there. Do you have any other questions or comments?
No, just thanks again to everyone for responding, and thanks for doing the net, Chuck. Always enjoy the AREG, and I'll be listening along for the duration. VA3 CJZ, VA3 Michael Telvik.
All right, very good then, Mark, again for your check-in. And I think that clears my list. Let's see who else is out there would like to stop in and say hi. This is VA3 CJZ with the weekly amateur radio exchange group. Please come now.
VE3 LBI.
Okay, VE3 LBI. Larry, come on in.
Yep, evening, Chuck, and everybody else on the net tonight. Another little cooler than we kind of expected. I was quite surprised when out this morning and how chilly it was. But we had the grandson here this morning for a while. His mother was off today, so she picked him up in the afternoon. We just messed around a bit, went over to the bulk barn, and he found some candy he liked.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You can rack up the quite the bill there. Shopping there sometimes can get carried away.
Well, Wednesday is Seniors Day over there, so it worked out okay.
Oh, okay. What's the discount?
I think it's 10%. I'm not sure. They also got coupons too. Any of the bulk barns, I believe, on Wednesday is your discount for seniors. I think it's 10% off.
All you can eat is your grazing.
That's funny. That's a good one right there, Mac. There you go, just for you. That's good to know. I do know, was it Rexall? Their Seniors Day is Tuesdays. So now I know the bulk barn's got one, so that's good. Thanks, Larry, for that community service announcement.
Not a problem. should be there very shortly.
Oh yeah, he's up there too. Is it 65 for them for the senior discount?
Oh no, Chuck, I couldn't answer that.
All right. Well, just so people know, Rexall has their senior discount on Tuesdays, and the senior age starts at 55, double nickel. So there you go. All right, Larry. Well, glad you had some fun with the little one there. God, he must be big now. Do you guys do the measuring thing there in the door frame? I know we did that with our daughter.
Yep, all kinds of pencil marks all over it. So yeah, every once in a while they put him up there and see how much taller he's getting. But he's getting there. I want to try to get him out fishing this year. So I got to find him a decent, but I don't think you want to get him an oversized fishing rod.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to bring my daughter down to the Burlington Canal under the lift bridge there. We used to fish there. We used to go to, I think, was it Pier 4? There's a little inlet next to the rowing club there. We used to fish off of there. And of course, you can fish in Valens if you have a boat. So if not, they'll rent you one. But Valens is a nice, quiet, man-made lake, large pond, if you will. I know they used to have fish. I don't know if they still probably do.
A lot of the places they stopped stocking. 50 conservation area, they stopped stocking trout in there. But I may take him there, him and like the daughter, my daughter, so and go down for an afternoon or something when the weather gets a little bit warmer. Not when you don't have to be outside and try to shiver.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, bass fishing starts, I think, on May 1st or 2nd, somewhere around there. And you're right, 50 Point. I used to take my daughter there too, as well, and we'd fish in the pond there. I actually saw them unloading one time. They had a panel van, filled with fish, and the guy opened up the back door, and out they came.
I've never seen them do that, but I do know they stocked it, and I was a little disappointed that the government cutbacks had doing a lot of the stocking on the different spots. No longer doing it, so kind of a bit of a disappointment.
Yes, I agree. When I found out, it kept me from going there because that was part of the trip, was to fish. I mean, of course, you can fish straight out of the where the marina is there, next to the lake, but it's all Lake Ontario water there in the little marina they have there. But it's nice to go to the pond. It was a lot of fun. Anyways. Okay, Larry. Well, thanks for checking in, sir. I do appreciate it. Do you have anything else for us? Any announcements or anything?
No, that's it. I'll let you carry on. I don't know who else has been before me. I was a little bit busy before I got in here. So, anyways, okay. I'll take a standby and listen along.
All right. Well, we got a bunch of people that checked in. You're number 15, Larry. And just before you was Steve, NFG, and Mark, MHV. And before that was Downtown Rick, his son, Ricky. And at the top of the list is Dad, Rick Sr., VA3AXJ. Not feeling well tonight, but he did muster up the strength to stop in and say hi with us. So, and a bunch more that are on YouTube. So you're in good company. All right, so with that, let's see who else is out there would like to stop by and say hi. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Oscar Foxtrot.
Comment.
Okay, I copied VA3, Charlie Oscar Foxtrot, and a comment. Go ahead, comment. Who is that?
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Delta Tango. I'm just listening on the web stream there. I was just quick to Larry. Not sure if you can hear me direct, but you mentioned about a fishing rod for little guy. Ultralight was what I was going to give my kid
All right, very good. Thank you for the advice to Grandpa Larry. And so, with that, let's go to Damien, Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Oscar Foxtrot.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Thanks for running the net. Yeah, just on my way back, I'd met my wife over at the Burlington Mall and just been to the East Side Mario's for $20 all you can eat. So I'm going home for a nap now. Over.
Roger that. On the tummy is full. Very good, Damien. Do appreciate your check in. You got a great signal there coming in from the mobile, wherever you are, and so I do thank you for stopping by on your way home.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. And just as I was listening to you talk about Seniors Day, I turn double nickel in the next couple of weeks, so heading down to Denny's for the senior breakfast, and I might stop past Rexall's for the discount as well. Over.
Yeah, with the way things are, Damien, lately, I think a lot more of us are going to be looking for those discounts, however we can find them. So there you go. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday coming up. And I'm sure you'll do well then and go out to eat somewhere. Very good. All right. Thanks, Damien. Have a good one. Okay. Anyone else out there with questions or comments or any new check ins for tonight's net? Please come now. All right. I'd say it's time we maybe start some trivia. And so, with that, let me find some trivia. Is everybody ready?
Born ready. A little inept, but born ready.
All right. Okay, very good then. Before I start, I just want to say hello to Christina, who checked in with us on the YouTube stream there and is with Rick and Ricky. And so, welcome to the net. Hopefully, you are all enjoying it. And let me see if I can find some trivia here. I got some new ones here. And let's start. Let's start with this one. This is a general knowledge quiz question, and this one does not have multiple possible answers. But let's kick it off. I like this first one here. Which country has the highest life expectancy?
I think that's Sweden.
Yeah, no, they've got the best quality of life. Try again. Think harder.
Japan.
Oh, that's close. That's close. It's actually Hong Kong. Hong Kong has the highest life expectancy, and that's all it says about it. But I'm not surprised.
Because they don't record the fatalities?
It's all them rice and beans. Well, they eat anything that moves, eh? Asians, anything that comes out of the water is fair game. Sometimes it's still alive when they eat it.
Dogs, rats.
Yeah, if you go to their street food markets, there you can expect to find anything: ants, chocolate-covered cockroaches, you name it. All right, what is the most common surname in the United States?
Is it Smith?
Well, Mac, in fact, it is Smith. So I knew this when I was just a young lad, still in school. Smith was the most popular name, and you and Wade and Coach got it right there. Nice try, Elizabeth. Jones would probably be second place. That was a good guess. All right. How many faces does a dodecahedron have? How many faces are there on a dodecahedron?
13.
I'll give you a hint. It cannot be an odd number.
No idea, Chuck.
All right. The correct answer is 12. There are 12 sides. People still haven't figured out what it is. I think they found them in Egypt or Syria or someplace in the Middle East. And it's a 12-sided object. It's got holes in each side, and they have no idea what it's for. But nonetheless, they call it a dodecahedron, and it has 12 sides. How many dots are on a pair of dice? On the two dice? How many dots? All right, we got a couple of guesses there. Wade is saying 21. Guy is guessing 12. But that's on two dice now. Okay, a pair of dice. Try again. I'll give you another moment.
24.
Well, it says here 42 on a pair of dice. So that would mean there's 21 dots on a single dice, if that's correct. And so Wade finally got that right.
You had to take his shoes off to count them.
Okay, listen, for you Europeans out there, December 26th is known by what name in Ireland?
Hangover day.
I thought there'd be an Irishman among you. It's called St. Stephen's Day. I have no idea who St. Stephen is, but Guy guessed Bloody Sunday. Good guess. Okay, yeah. So St. Stephen's Day.
Yeah, the Wenceslas thing. He was out looking for kindling on. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Now, where would you be if you were standing on the Spanish Steps? Where are the Spanish Steps? Anyone?
Rome, Italy.
Okay, whoever said Rome, Italy is correct. And who might that be?
That's Cal, who's been there personally. That's why I know.
Ah, yes, I do know that they love to hang out on steps in those parts of the world in Europe. It's a big thing. Always has been. All right. Well, thank you. That was very good. Now, how about what city is known as the Eternal City?
Rome.
And that would be correct. And Wade also got that right. The first one, the Spanish Steps, he got that right. And Coach got that right. He said Italy. Close enough. All right, another geography one here. Last one. In which country would you find Mount Kilimanjaro?
Rome. No, I'm just kidding. I thought I'd try 3 times the charm.
Yeah, no, this one's a trick question. No. In which country would you find Mount Kilimanjaro? That would be in Tanzania. All right, let me switch over to a different one that I picked up today and see how that one does. All right, this one is a multiple choice trivia. And so we'll start with what is a Benedictine monk Dom Pierre Perignon rumored to have created? Was it A, tomato ketchup, B, champagne, or C, French fries?
It's champagne. Champagne.
Absolutely, because his name gives away the answer. Dom Pierre Perignon. So Dom Perignon was invented by a monk. The champagne, they made wine, they made champagne, all kinds of stuff.
And they're well known for brewing their own beer. Yeah, you know what? If you can't talk to anybody and you're not going to eat fancy food, and you have all this stuff at your disposal and lots of time on your hands, why not brew some stuff and get wasted?
I'm sure that's exactly what one of them was thinking one day. So very good, Mac. All right. Which country drinks the most amount of coffee per person? First, I'll let you guess right off the top of your heads there and see if anybody is close. But what country drinks the most amount of coffee per person? So per capita.
Italy. I think I heard that somewhere. I'm not sure, but I think it's Italy.
USA.
All right. So the three possible choices are A, Finland, B, Italy, or C, Colombia. Try again.
Finland.
All right. Albert jumped in there with the correct answer is Finland. Way to go, Albert. I hope you all remember from last week, but the correct serving portion of an espresso coffee is 1 ounce. A traditional espresso serving is 1 ounce. Wow. Okay. What is the collective name for a group of unicorns? Is it A, a sparkle, B, a spell, or C, a blessing? What's the collective name for a group of unicorns?
It would be a blessing because you'd be really wasted just like the monks.
Absolutely. That is correct. You and Wade got that right. A blessing is a group of unicorns. That is the national animal of Ireland, I believe. What is the most, okay, this one's for you then, I guess, Mac. What is the most common color of toilet paper in France? I won't give you the three choices. I'll just let you guys guess.
Is it before or after?
That's exactly where I was going.
I'm going to say orange, but no particular reason.
Yellow? Pink? I don't know.
There we go. You and my cousin Guy got it right. The correct answer is pink. The most common color of toilet paper in France is pink. And I'm sure that's before.
And I never saw one square of pink toilet paper all the time I was over there last year.
No? What color did you see?
Brown?
Before or after? Yeah, there you go. No, everything was white.
Oh, that must be the stuff for the tourists. All right. Next one. How many years old is the world's oldest piece of chewing gum? Is it A, 100 years old, B, 2,500 years old, or C, 5,700 years old?
In their, what the heck was it? Anyways, the place I went to stock up on libations, hot chocolate and stuff like that.
Okay, I guess I must have keyed up there while you were talking there, Mac. I apologize.
Not to worry, I was just prattling.
All right, very good. So, how many years old is the oldest piece of chewing gum? 100 years old, 2,500, or 5,700? We got a couple of guesses there at 2,500. And yes, that is correct. Wade and Elizabeth both got it right. It is 5,700 years old chewing gum. All right, how many times per day does the average American open their fridge? Is it 5 times a day, 22, or 33 times a day? Yes, Wade, that is correct. And Elizabeth got that right. It is 33 times a day. How do they calculate this stuff? Now, come on.
We're smart there, Chucky.
No, but how do people come up with this question like and the answer? How do they know that? How many times a day if a guy opens up his fridge? Come on. All right. What color is an airplane's famous black box? Is it red? Is it orange? Or is it black? That's right, Mark. The color of the famous black box in an airplane is orange. Way to go, Mark. All right. What is Bombay duck's main ingredient? Is it fish? Is it duck? Or is it chicken? What is Bombay duck's main ingredient?
Fish.
But does it taste like duck? The answer is fish. That's the main ingredient in Bombay duck.
And they don't like the term Bombay anymore.
Oh, dear. Is that right, eh?
It has that overlord English British governance taste to it, so they renamed everything.
Oh, yeah, the British Empire. Mm-hmm. That's another neat thing. I found out just recently that the British Commonwealth has over 50 countries. I think it's 52. 52 countries in the British Empire. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think the unfortunate thing that I learned when I was in India was that their governance in India was more of a slavery situation, and it wasn't until they gained their independence that they started to industrialize. So pretty much held to spice trade and agriculture until things opened up and the British stepped back. So definitely have a new sense of respect for the development of industry in India. Anyways, that's me prattling again.
All right, very good. Get it off your chest there, Mac. So let's go to the next one. On a boat, what is the opposite of port? Is it A, the bow, B, starboard, or C, deck? What's the opposite of port?
Which also brings up the posh, the meaning of posh.
What does?
Posh is a British term for adventurers, it was port out, starboard home. And that allowed people that were on the port side of the boat to have the sun, and then on their return trip, they would be on the starboard side, so they would also be graced by the sun. So posh is a term associated with port out, starboard home.
Listen to Captain Mac here. Very good. So the correct answer is starboard, and a few of you got that right. Coach got it right. Wade and Mark, and so very good. And thank you, Mac. Who invented the bikini? Does anybody know? I'll just give you three possible answers here. Louis Vuitton, Coco Chanel, or Louis Reard.
I'm gonna go with the last one there. Weird.
That's right, Mac. Captain Louis Reard. Reard.
That's the wrong White Mountain guy. It's the other one.
Way to go, Albert. All right. As of July 2023, how many episodes of South Park are there? Can anyone guess? I'll give you the three possible answers. All right. A, 250, B, 300, or C, 325. As of July 2023, how many episodes of South Park are there? Way to go, Elizabeth. She got that right. And then Noel, 325. In what decade was Madonna born? Anyone?
7.
Okay, possible answers the 50s, 60s, or 70s. What decade was Madonna born?
I'm gonna go with 60s.
You forget how old Madonna is. She was born in the 1950s.
That's the only decade she was a virgin in.
Who knows? This is a good one. What is King Charles III's surname? What's his last name? Does anyone know? Yeah, that's right. They all have that same last name, but there's another name that goes with it that I didn't know. All I know is Prince Harry and all those people. Their last name, well, Charles's third surname is Mountbatten dash Windsor. But I did know that the royal family's official last name, their surname, is Windsor. So way to go, Wade. And by the way, I'd just like to remind everyone, it is more fun if you don't cheat. So no Googling anything. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a real neat one. What is the name of a duel with 3 people involved? What is that, a Royal Rumble? Okay, possible answers. A triage, a truel, or a tryst. What's the name of a duel with 3 people involved?
Trial.
It's also known as a Mexican standoff.
And B, a truel is the correct answer. Very good. And Wade got that right first, right off the bat. Okay. I know there's conflicting reports about this next one, but who is credited with inventing the World Wide Web? Is it A, Steve Jobs, B, Bill Gates, or C, Tim Berners Lee?
Tim Berners-Lee.
That is absolutely correct. Way to go, Cal. I do believe got that right. And I did hear a comment out in the distance. Let me check for anyone who would like to check in with our weekly net. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Yeah, I agree with Steve. It was aliens.
All right. Okay, here's another computer related question. What type of computer was the first laptop computer?
IBM.
No, I'll let you try again. I won't even give you the answers because I'm sure some of you have been smart enough to deduce, to eliminate two, and then get the correct one. But what type of computer was the first laptop computer? So it was not an Apple Macintosh, and it was not an IBM PC. Anyone else?
I was going to say IBM, but I guess not.
Commodore 64.
Pretty close. It's called an Osborne 1. Let's see if that jogs anyone's memory that's listening. Maybe Wade or Larry. Have you ever heard of an Osborne 1? Yeah, very interesting. I've never even heard that name. Unless it has Aussie in front of it. I would never have guessed.
That would be a different kind of laptop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. So, what is the largest social media network in the world? I won't even give you the three possible answers. You'll have to guess.
Obviously, Facebook.
Yeah, I say Facebook.
All right. Now I'll give you the three possible answers: Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram.
I'm sticking with Facebook.
Facebook because it's been around the longest.
That's right. Albert and Cal both get that one right. Who else? Oh, Wade did get it right. It is Facebook. Wade, way to go. Now, who is considered the founder of modern computer science? Is it Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, or Alan Turing?
Alan.
That's right. It is Alan, Cal, Wade, and Noel. Got that right. All right. What year was the iPhone first released in? I won't even give you the dates.
Early 2000s?
A little bit higher. All right. Possible answers: 2007, 2009, and 2010.
I'll go with 2007. That's the first one you brought up.
Yeah, but I'm just reading them. That's how they come in the on the screen here. So that's what I'm reading. And the correct answer is 2007. You and Guy got it right, and Wayne B got that right. Congratulations. All right, one more, and let's see now. Which video game console, first released in 2006, was the first to use motion controls during gameplay? Is it Sega Mega Drive, Nintendo Wii, or PlayStation?
Oui, mon ami.
And that is correct. Wii, Nintendo Wii is the answer. And you got that right, Mac. And so did Wade and Coach. Coach got that right. And Elizabeth got that right. And Guy got that right. All right. Okay. Oh, I see another good. I got to try this one. When was eBay founded? Was it in 1990, 1995, or 2001? When was eBay founded?
1995.
Absolutely correct, Larry. Wade and Elizabeth, both, all three of you got that right. Way to go. Well, that was a lot of fun. I'm going to have to put an asterisk in here and carry on next week. I'm going to leave a little bit of time for on this day here. And I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. Do we have any questions, comments, announcements, or check ins for this week's AREG Net? This is VA3CJZ with the longest running Simplex Net in Hamilton. Please come now.
VA3IMW, very brief announcements.
All right, go ahead there, Mac.
Okay, brief means fast. Lake Ontario Radio Club Net tomorrow night at 7 p.m. 446.125 Simplex. March 22nd, group activation at Saltley Park. Getting started around noon time. Feel free to show up as much as an hour early if you want to help get the equipment set up. Back to you, Chuck.
All right, very good. Thank you for that announcement. So before I carry on with On This Day in History, let me see if Rick Sr. is still with us. VA3AXJ. Rick, are you available?
Yeah, I'm still here, Chuck. Barely, but yeah, I was just going to break in there before you said that. Just sign off.
All right, Rick. Well, thank you so much for sticking around. Geez, the time just flew by. It's almost 9:30, and so thank you so much, Rick. This net I dedicate to you tonight, sir, and I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Always do, Chuck. Always do. VA3 extra or QRT.
Okay, Rick, and you can always pick up the On This Day that I'm about to do on YouTube tomorrow. You can pull it up tomorrow, and just go to around 9:28 p.m., 9:30, and that's when we'll be starting the On This Day portion. I know how much you enjoy that so much, so thanks again. Does anyone else have to take off there? Please come now.
Just want to say thanks for the net tonight, and we all enjoy it.
Okay, Ricky, my pleasure, sir. Now you know where we are on YouTube, and there's a whole whack of videos you can watch there if you like. And as you know, we're here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And so we'll continue with our dedication for tonight's AREG Net for VA3AXJ. All right, so let's start with today's famous birthdays. March 12th. And we start with the year 1685. We have a gentleman named George Berkeley, born on this day. He's an Irish philosopher and Bishop of Cloyne. Cloyne. I think that's in Ireland because he is an Irish philosopher. Anyways, who defended idealism, and Berkeley, California is named after him. He died in 1753. So that's George Berkeley. Next, we have some unknown Prime Minister of Canada, John Abbott. If you've ever heard of him, he was born in 1821, and he was Canada's third Prime Minister, and he was a Conservative and a Frenchman, born Saint-André, Quebec. Next, we go to born on this day, 1831, a gentleman by the name of Clement Studebaker, American manufacturer of horse-drawn vehicles, and later made early automobiles. He was born in Pennsylvania, and he died in 1901. Next, let's go a year later to 1832. Charles Boycott was born, and he was also he was an Irish estate manager whose workers refused to work for him amid Irish rent and land issues. And the origin of the term boycott was taken after him. Born in St. Peter, England, Charles Boycott. All right, let's jump to the 1900s now. 1923, Mae Young was born. She's an American professional wrestler, and if you used to watch wrestling when you were younger, chances are you probably saw Mae Young. She's an American professional wrestler and one of the pioneers in women's wrestling. She was with the NWA, which is the National Wrestling Alliance, and then later she was with WWF. It's now called WWE, so that's going back a few years. And she passed away in 2014. She was, 89 years old, born in Oklahoma. They used to put her on WWE there with some gag wrestling. An old woman wrestler, you might remember her. Anyways, next, let's go to 1933, and we have Barbara Feldon was born. She's an American actress. You might remember her as Agent 99 on Get Smart. Cutie, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And she celebrates 92 years of age today, still around with us. Happy birthday, Barbara Feldon.
Missed it by that much.
Oh, Max. All right. Born in 1938, we got Ron Tutt, an American session and touring drummer for Elvis Presley, Emmylou Harris, Jesse Garcia, and Neil Diamond. And he was born in Dallas, Texas. Sadly passed away in 2021. Next, everyone's favorite mobster, born in 1945, Sammy the Bull Gravano, American mobster who testified against John Gotti. And of course, he was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Comment.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if anybody's aware, but Sammy the Bull there actually has a YouTube channel. He does all these YouTube sections where he talks about all these crimes he was involved with. It's interesting to a point.
Yes, I think he started that up because his nemesis, Francisi started doing YouTube videos. I forget his first name there. Michael Francisi. And so he's had Sammy the Bull on his podcast or YouTube video there. And I guess Sammy decided to make some money and started his own. All right. Thank you, Cal, I believe. Let's go to Liza Minnelli. Turned 79 today. born in 1946. I thought she was older than that because she wasn't well there for a while. She's an American Tony, Oscar, and Emmy Award winning singer and actress. She's also uh, the girl in The Wizard of Oz, born in Hollywood, California. No, I'm sorry. Her mother was in The Wizard of Oz because that was in like the 1930s. Sorry, my mistake there. All right, next let's go to 1956. Steve Harris was born, English hard rock bassist with Iron Maiden, born in London, England. Next, Darryl Strawberry turns 63 today. Born in 1962, he's an American baseball right fielder, 8 times Major League Baseball All Star, World Series in 1986, 96, and 99. He had lots of awards. Born in Los Angeles, California. Born on this day, 1963, John Andretti, the son of Mario Andretti. He's an American auto racer. He was in NASCAR Cup Series for a while. He got 2 wins, 37 top tens, and 4 poles. Born in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and he died in 2020. CNN's favorite anchor or reporter, Jake Tapper, born on this day, 1969. And lastly, with 41st birthday, born in 1984, is Jamie Alexander. She's an American actress. You might remember the TV series Blind Spot, where this woman wakes up with her body completely tattooed with different tattoos. And she was also Lady Sif in the movie Thor. So she was born in South Carolina. So that's it for birthdays on this day. Anyone else with a comment or question or check in, please come now. This is VA3CJZ. All right, who died today in history, you might ask? Let's start off with Alexander Mackenzie, the explorer, a Scottish born Canadian explorer. He was the first European to cross North America, and he dies at roughly the age of 56 in the year 1820. Sir Alexander Mackenzie was a Scottish explorer and fur trader known for accomplishing the first crossing of North America north of Mexico by a European in 1793. The Mackenzie River and Mount Sir Alexander are named after him. So the Mackenzie River is out west, and pretty big river, goes through a few provinces. Next, 1888 is the year, and Henry Bergh, that's with Bergh. He's an American social reformer who founded the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or as we like to call it, just the SPCA. And he also co-founded the New York Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, which is NYSPCC. And he dies at the age of 76 back in 1888. George Westinghouse died in 1914. Of course, he was an American entrepreneur and engineer who invented air brakes, the alternating current system, apparently. who was a pioneer of the electrical industry, who later founded Westinghouse Electric. And he dies at the age of 67. A Canadian now, William George Barker, passed away on this day, 1930. He was a Canadian fighter ace and a Victoria Cross recipient. Dies in a plane crash during a demonstration flight at the age of 35. Oh, that's sad. Next, 1942, Robert Bosch, Bosch. That name might sound familiar. He was a German engineer and inventor of the automotive ignition device. Dies at the age of 80. I've owned a few of his spark plugs in my day. And next, in 2001, Morton Downey Jr. passed away. He was an American TV talk show host, born in 1933. He was the chain smoker you used to see on TV back in the, I think, 80s, 90s. And he was a loudmouth. And finally, in 2012, Michael Hossack, American drummer for the Doobie Brothers, dies of cancer at the age of 65. So that's it for famous people who passed away on this day. Any questions, comments, or check-ins, please come now. Today's historical events, we start with in the year 1755, and we have the first steam engine in America installed to pump water from a mine. The first steam engine was used to pump water from a mine. (1773) now, we have a gentleman by the name of Jean-Baptiste Pointe de Sable founded a settlement now known as Chicago. Next, in the year 1850, we have the first United States $20 gold piece issued. Now, remember, in 1849 was the start of the gold rush. So if you ever hear the term, he was a 49er, well, that means that he mined gold in the year 1849. And that's partly where the football team got its name from. The 49ers, they were miners. Next, we've got the Desjardins Canal train disaster in 1857. The Canadian Great Western passenger train crashes through rotting timber bridge over Desjardins Canal near Hamilton, Ontario, killing 59 people. That was back in 1857, Larry. That's before your time, I hope. All right, next, 1888. We have the second day of the Great Blizzard of 88, as it was called, in the Northeast U.S. 400 people die from this blizzard. Next, we've got Coca-Cola sold in bottles. In 1894, Coca-Cola is sold in bottles for the first time in a candy store in Vicksburg, Mississippi. They had a special name for this bottle, too, and it was a clear bottle, and I can't remember now.
But it did contain cocaine.
Oh, yes, back in 1894, absolutely. 3.5 grams, actually. I'm not kidding. Okay, the year is 1908, and we've got the Stanley Cup on the line at the Montreal Arena in Westmount, Quebec. The teams are the Montreal Wanderers beat Winnipeg Maple Leafs 9-3 for a 2-0 sweep of the Challenge Series. Next, we've got the Girl Scouts. In 1912, Girl Scouts begin in the United States as the Girl Guides, formed by Juliet Gordon Low, LOW, in Savannah, Georgia. And on this day, 1917, a German submarine sinks an unarmed U.S. merchant ship called the Algonquin on the same day that U.S. President Woodrow Wilson gives an executive order to arm U.S. merchant ships. One day too late. All right, in 1918, near the end of World War I, fearing foreign invasion, Vladimir Lenin shifts the revolutionary Russia's capital from Petrograd, which was St. Petersburg, over to Moscow, where it is today. In 1935, Britain establishes 30 miles per hour speed limit for towns and villages. That's 48 kilometers an hour. In 1945, New York is the first to prohibit discrimination by race and creed in employment. Excuse me, that's in 1945. In 1951, the comic strip Dennis the Menace first appears in the British comic magazine The Beano, Beano. Dennis the Menace is a daily syndicated newspaper comic strip originally created, written, and illustrated by Hank Ketchum. The comic strip made its debut on March 12, 1951, in 16 newspapers. The Cat in the Hat. In 1957, The Cat in the Hat is published, written by Dr. Seuss, of course. And on this day in 1959, the U.S. House joins the Senate in approving Hawaii for statehood. It had not yet become a state, but was approved on this day. NHL record. In 1966, Chicago Blackhawks' Bobby Hull's 51st goal of the season sets a record. In 1969, 120 cannabis joints are found at George Harrison and Patty Harrison's home in England. So, the cops were raiding these people because they knew they smoked pot. They did the same thing to the Rolling Stones. Doesn't say if anybody went to jail or anything like that, but anyways, that was 1969. The summer of love, they say. Then in 1973, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In last airs on NBC TV. So this was the last episode on this day in 1973. I probably watched it.
Talk to me.
I used to love that show. Very interesting. Okay, in 1980, a jury finds John Wayne Gacy guilty of murdering 33 in Chicago. He was a very prolific, famous serial killer. All right, in 1985, Larry Bird scores a Boston Celtic record 60 points in a game. In 1990, the LA Raiders announced their return to Oakland. I hated when they moved. All right, in 1993 now, Cleveland radio station WMMS-FM is bought by Disney. Bet you didn't know that. And also in 1993, Entertainment Tonight's 3000th show, that was back in 93, 32 years ago, Uh, that was since 1981, as when they first started. And I do believe they're still going today. Also, something I didn't know, in 1994, the Church of England ordains its first 32 female priests at the Bristol Cathedral in Bristol, England. Did not know that. In 1995, on this day, world men's figure skating champion in Birmingham is won by Canada's Elvis Stoico. In 2002, the animated film Ice Age, with voices from Dennis Leary and John Leguizamo, premieres on this day, 2002. In 2003, Elizabeth Smart is found after being missing for 9 months. She gained national attention at the age of 14 when she was abducted from her home in Salt Lake City by Brian David Mitchell. Mitchell and his wife, Wanda Bar-Z, held Smart captive for 9 months until she was rescued by police officers on a street in Sandy, Utah. I remember that. Elizabeth Smart has since gone on to work as an activist and advocate for missing persons and speaking out against abstinence only education. Her life and abduction have been the subject of numerous nonfiction books and films. All right, next we've got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 2007, we have the 22nd inductees, and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, REM, the Ronettes, Patti Smith, and Van Halen. Specifically, I put this story down because of Eddie Van Halen. All right. On this day in 2011, a reactor at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant melts and explodes and releases radioactivity into the atmosphere a day after Japan's major earthquake. Just give me a second, folks. I'll be right back. All right. That's enough dead air. Let's get back to it. Yeah, so let's pick it up here. Next, we've got a college admission scandal. You remember all those rich Hollywood folks paying to get their kids into college? Back in 2019, on this day, dozens are charged in the U.S. college admission scandal by U.S. federal prosecutors, including actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. I remember that. Also, in 2019, more than 3,000 ISIS fighters have surrendered amid battle for last ISIS stronghold in Syria. Here's an interesting one. In 2021, researchers say the world has likely reached peak twin, in quotations, with more twin births than ever before. And they say here 1.6 million twins are born per year. It averages out to one set of twins in 42 births. All right, two more. In 2023, Cyclone Freddy makes landfall for a second time in central Mozambique, Madagascar, and Malawi, killing about 200 people and setting records as the longest lasting cyclone in the southern hemisphere. And finally, this is where your money goes when you gas up. In 2023, oil company called Saudi Aramco, ARAMCO, posts earnings of $161 billion for 2022, the highest ever recorded annual profit by a publicly listed company. So that's 161 billion in profit. My. All right. So with that, let's see if anyone has any questions, comments, or late check-ins for tonight's net. Please come now. All right. Let's go to the top of the list then, and do a quick 7-3 round. And let's start with. Let's see if Ricky Jr. is still there. VA3. No. RPP. Ricky, are you still there? All right. Let's go to Rick. BK, VE3, Bravo, Kilowatt. VE3, BK. Rick, are you there? All right, let's go to VA3, IMW.
Thanks much, Chuck. Great entertaining evening. Well done as usual. Just a quick note, I still like Lori Loughlin. Her women's channel videos and movies still kind of entertaining. Real crime that they pulled her off the network. What parent has not done something to forward the advancement of their children in one way or another? So I guess we're all guilty of the same crime. So you can all you can blot us all out of history if that is a crime. So we all want our children to get ahead one way or another. If it means flipping a couple of bucks towards the college of your choice, then so be it. Not a crime in my mind. Anyways, thanks again, Chuck. And we'll be looking forward to everybody's check-in tomorrow night on ZOE, not on ZOE, no, on 446.125 in Simplex at 7 p.m. Sundries.
Okay, Mac. Yes, sir. Very good. Thank you very much for being with us again tonight. And it's hump day, so 2 more sleeps, and it's Friday. Thanks again. Next, let's see if Noel wants to come to the radio. I did hear him earlier. VE3KDT 7-3 round.
Yeah, I'm here. Apparently can't talk much. Anyways, thank you for doing that. It's a good time.
All right, Noel, take care. And thanks for checking in. Let's bring Wade in. VA3 November Charlie Alpha. Are you by the radio?
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. Yeah, I am indeed still here listening along until the end, and I guess here we are. Thanks again for doing it, Chuck. Great way to spend a Wednesday as usual, and I'm looking forward to the next one already. 7-3s to you and everybody on net, and we'll catch you on the next one throughout the week. VA3 NCA, back to net control.
All right, Wade, way to go. Well, thanks for joining us once again. And I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Always a pleasure to have you participate in our quiz and all that fun stuff. So, wish you good luck cycling. Hopefully, it's not going to burp your wallet too much there with the repair bill. And yeah, maybe Friday on the Rag Chew. If we hear you, you can let us know how that all went. Thanks again, Wade. Okay, let's bring in Cal, VA3 Charlie Delta Victor.
That I was going to.
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks again for doing the net. Very entertaining, and glad I got a chance to catch the whole thing this evening. Just before I say 73, just in case you haven't done so already, it might be a good idea for us to go out and buy a Canadian flag and put it on the front lawn. Anyway, 73, and back to you. Thanks, Chuck.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry I didn't let Wade. I didn't wait long enough for Wade to key up there. We kind of doubled, and Cal, I did hear everything you said, and always a pleasure, sir. Thanks for joining us. Glad you you had fun. Wade, I'm sorry. Can you finish that up once more?
Oh, I was just saying that while we were on the net, I did get a text from my cycling buddy there who confirmed for Friday. So if I don't make the Friday night rag chew, you can send out the search party for the two old guys riding bikes. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. VA3NCA, thanks for doing it there, Chuck. VA3NCA.
Okay, very good, Wade. Take care. Let's bring in Albert if he's not gone. VA3 Bravo Tango.
Yep, still here listening along. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for being there. It was a good net. I enjoyed it. 7-3 and good night, everyone. VA3VT.
Okay, Albert. I'm glad we were able to keep your mental skills nice and sharp, and glad you had fun. Thanks for joining us as always. Next, let's see if Mark is available. VA3 Mike Hotel Victor.
Yes, VA3 CJZ, VA3 Mike Hotel Victor. Very enjoyable as always, Chuck. Thanks for all your hard work and research. Enjoy it every week. I'll say 7-3 to everybody on net tonight. Have a good rest of your evening. And that's about it. Thank you, Chuck.
All right, very good, Mark. Thank you. We can't really have a great net unless it's populated with people. And so I do appreciate your check in. Hey, by the way, folks, don't forget tomorrow night is the lunar eclipse. I don't know what would be a good time to check that out, but I'm going to look into it and find out tomorrow night, lunar eclipse. And so with that, let's bring in Mark's coworker, VA3 November Foxtrot Golf. Steve, are you still with us?
Yep, I'm still around there, Chuck. Good net as always. And I will be looking forward to next week's net, as I always am. So 7-3 all, and we'll catch you all on the flip side there. VA3 and FG.
All right, Steve. Great signal from that location on your handy talkie. So just remember that spot for next time. Thanks again, my friend. And we're going to keep bugging you about getting that radio station back up so you can just leave the radio on the shelf. All right. Geez, you should hook up your handheld to your coax. There you go. All right. Well, thanks, Steve. Do appreciate it. Let's see who's next. We've got Larry, VE3LBI. Larry, you still there?
Yeah, I just looked that up, Chuck. We were talking about the lunar eclipse. Toronto, it says Thursday, March 13th, 2025 at 11:57 p.m. a.m.
Wow.
The duration will be 6 hours and 3 minutes.
He said it.
Oh, did he? Okay, very good then. All right, so roughly a couple of minutes before midnight, and so yeah, go outside at 5 and 5 to midnight, and should be able to see it if there aren't any clouds. So yeah, the moon will be there, and then it won't.
I don't think I'll be up for the end. Well, it says that the actual maximum will be at 2:58 a.m. So, anyways, I thought I'd look it up while you were when you mentioned it there, and I hope to hear a few people if they got the opportunity Friday night. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I wonder if what will happen on the second night. You know what I mean? On Friday night, if the eclipse is tomorrow, I'm just curious how off it will be.
I'm not too sure how it will be. I don't know. I just looked it up there, though. Like I said, it was Toronto for tomorrow. So, anyways, yeah, all right. I guess we got tomorrow night is Simplex, and Friday night there's that AREG too. So, Mac, are you still broadcasting that on YouTube?
Yep, we'll be streaming as much as possible, as long as I'm here and cameras are working okay. Yeah, so we'll be streaming tomorrow night and Friday.
Okay, I'll check with you Friday before I start it up, or when I start it up, and see if you're all set to go. So, anyways, okay, thanks, Chuck. Great. Listen along there, and some good trivia questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I try and find some pretty interesting stuff, and I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. I get great pleasure. All right, so let's see who is left on my list, if anyone. Damien, if you're still around, VA3 Charlie Oscar Foxtrot. All right, didn't think so. Do we have any late check-ins, any last-minute check-ins for this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group? Please come now. This is VA3 CJZ. All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap. It's 10:07 p.m. I had tons of fun. Hope you did too. And I look forward to next week. Tonight we had 18 check-ins, including everyone on the YouTube stream. Again, my cousin E, Coach, Noel, Wade, and Wayne B. We had Elizabeth joining us, and Christina. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone there. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the YouTube stream, and hope you had fun. Take care and God bless. Until next week, we'll be here, same bat time, same bat channel. 731 and all. Be kind to one another.